Welcome to part 2 of hosting my first Favoritesgiving, which is essentially Friendsgiving, but instead of traditional Thanksgiving classes, I asked for everyone to bring their favorite foods to share. At the party on Saturday, I started my food prep on Thursday, so let's get into all of the food that I plan to serve. I've said this many times before, but I really don't love to cook. I love to eat, and I consider myself to have a palate of like an elevated 5-year-old. So after knowing that, it's probably not shocking to hear that my main contribution was chicken fingers and french fries, which both I made from scratch and both recipes are on my blog. And since I knew this was going to take a very long time, which it did, it really did. I knew I wanted to get the most labor-intensive recipes done on Thursday so that I could just reheat them on Saturday without losing any of the crisp. My favorite restaurant in Cleveland has this amazing harissa peanut hummus, which I remake at home all the time. So while I was working on double frying what felt like thousands of french fries, I worked on that, which hummus is so quick and easy, and you just can't beat it when it's homemade. At this point, I had lost all steam and I was also racing both the sun and the clock because I needed to head out for our workout. But I did finish the fries just before I needed to run out the door. On Friday, I continued my elevated 5-year-old staples by making my chocolate cake layers for this chocolate cake that I could not wait to decorate. Wait until you see it later. Followed by 32 ounces of homemade ranch. I also prepped some herby honey goat cheese stuffed bacon wrapped dates, and I was able to get the ranch and the dates done all in the time that my cake baked. The last thing I needed to prep was this apple cider sangria, and even though I didn't have time to get brandy, it turned out so good. It was just cranberries, apple slices, orange slices, cinnamon sticks, white wine, and apple cider. Then one of my best friends came over to help me with the floral arrangements, which I didn't film because we had catching up to do. And even though you saw me check a ton of things off my list, I still had a lot to do on the day of the party, so be sure to come back to see me transform the space, all of the food, and see the party come to life.